This is another excerpt from my hour-long video webinar on creative people, personality, and mental health. I'm continuing to talk here about a paper by creativity researcher Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. The paper titled 10 Paradoxical Traits of the Creative Personality. He's talking about a number of items, including those listed here. I'm not going to talk about the first one, convergent and divergent. He says creative people are both extroverted and introverted, needing people in solitude equally. I'm not sure I agree with that. I think a lot of us are introverted and prefer living and working in solitude. Of course we need people, but I'm not sure about his idea of needing both people and solitude equally. This other item, humble and proud, self-doubting, and wildly self-confident, that shows up with a lot of artists, especially performers, that I've read interviews with. I'll talk more about that in a moment. Also, the idea of defying gender stereotypes is common. John Lennon once made this really interesting comment about part of me suspects that I'm a loser, the other part of me thinks I'm God Almighty. This is, over the years of reading biographies and interviews with many highly talented and creative people, it's often struck me how many of them talk like he does about being self-critical and having poor self-esteem, along with high self-confidence at times. Writer Larry Kane commented about his bio, Lennon Revealed, quote, "People would be surprised at how insecure John Lennon was and his lack of self-esteem. Throughout his life, even during the height of Beatle mania, he had poor self-esteem, even though he exuded confidence." Tilda Swinton is one of my favorite actors. She won an Oscar for her role in Michael Clayton, and she once made this amusing comment about being referred to as Sir, and also said, "I think people just can't imagine I'd be a woman if I look like this." Part of her power as an actor and many of her characters is in their androgynous looks and energies. But androgyny is not just about appearance. Kathleen Noble, a professor and psychotherapist who works with many gifted clients, said in our interview some years ago, quote, "Gifted women tend to be highly androgynous. They tend to combine qualities that we ascribe to both genders." In the next excerpt from the long webinar, I'll talk more about high sensitivity. Dr. Aaron, among other psychologists, thinks that high sensitivity is an almost defining trait of many, if not most, creative people.